Hey, welcome to episode 115 of Philo, and this episode has Kane Lynch as our guest star. The episode's name is Scott, Liefield, Rob, McCloud, because we're going weird places. I am going to introduce, of course, Robin Fisher, who is my better half. Hi, Robin Fisher, and co-host, and she's awesome. And then here is Kane Lynch, who is my guest artist today, and awesome also, and amazing, and one of the coolest people I know. And
myself a misfit look.
We left off with kind of this. I was kind of going over a rundown. I guess I can kind of go over like the last page is kind of, we had the Xenomelian was Manchurian candidated by the butter agent, and so Philo says this is the worst Manchurian restaurant I've ever been to. The show must go on, so there's Scott watching everything with everybody else. By the way, that's the pouch. If you've ever, so then Scott gets sucked into another dimension that he thinks is better than being sucked back into the Liefield verse, but he is now Scott Liefield McCloud, Rob McCloud.
He looks like he's full of a lot of rage.
He is full of a lot of rage, and I gotta fix that line. I think I did a line too. I gotta fix that line. That's okay. But yeah, he is full of a lot of rage. That's about where I left off. Was with awesome. A lot of rage.
I think that's a very relatable mood in 2026. You know?
I think so too. Do you want to take first panel? Do you want me to take first panel? It's up to you.
Why don't you start?
Okay, I can take first panel. So what happens when Scott McCloud joins with the Liefield verse? Is it like a perfect comic that has all action and amazing like storytelling, or is it?
I would assume that Liefield's part was 50% awesome and Scott McCloud's part was 50% awesome. When to me, it's a little less on the Liefield side and more on the McCloud side. You know what I mean?
Well,
McCloud does good comics that are more than 50% awesome.
I feel like McCloud there would be like a lot of theory about like how many pouches is the correct number of pouches, or the exact symbol of
I agree. He starts pontificating.
Yes. So
about the metaverse of the Liefield verse. You know what I mean?
So I like that. So what is the correct amount of pouches?
Well, 3 would be the amount where you know it's a set. Yeah,
yes.
Like the Rocks and Nancy.
I think 3 is the norm, but 5 is what Liefield prefers.
Yeah, so maybe there's an additional theory of maximalism. I feel like there must be some,
Well, okay. Is there too many pouches in the Liefield verse?
Hi, Kate. Hi, Magic Marmot.
Hi, Magic Marmot. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay. Hi, Magic Marmot.
Is there too many pouches in the Liefield verse? What would panel 2 be, by the way, if I'm going to be drawing the formula for too many pouches?
What, is there really too many pouches, though? I feel like there should be infinite pouches.
Well, the point is there has to be a theory of the pouches.
It hides all their true emotions in the pouch. So every time they lose a pouch, they lose an emotion. And become angrier and angrier. I don't know. We got 2 audience members. What do they think? That's a marsupial convention, says Magic Marmot.
Yeah, I mean,
see.
should we keep going with kind of understanding comics theme? We could talk about the history of pouches going back to kangaroos.
Street pouches. Well,
That sounds
okay.
good.
Well, wait a second. Not just pouches in the Liefeld verse, okay? Giant guns that don't actually exist in reality.
Mhm.
Lots of metal. Muscles.
Mhm.
What
Way
else?
too many lines.
Way too many lines. Ooh, way too many lines. That's what I think you have to theorize on that, Kane. Is way too many
Alright.
lines in your
I
panel.
feel like pouches are easier to draw than lines, but it's fine.
Pouch loss is a serious medical issue. Yeah. Yeah. Pouch loss might be a serious medical issue.
It's not like Pepto-Bismol, Pouchatol,
Pouchatol.
when you've lost your pouches.
When you've lost your pouches. Let's see. And then let's see. We have to have like if they're emotional support pouches, right? So we have like an anger pouch, a love pouch, right?
That's like what I was saying, that they were hiding
Yeah.
your emotions.
No, I'm taking your idea. Exactly. Yeah. I'm taking your idea, so.
A love pouch. That's not a euphemism.
No, it's not. Speaking of which, Rowan is losing his balls on Monday. And so he is...
Oh, poor Ro. Well, didn't he father some kittens at least?
yeah,
He did, right? The last
yeah,
two?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, but then, yeah, they passed.
Yeah, but then they passed.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's see. We're going to have, emotional pouches. And then we'll have like...
It says that each pouch contains a small but battle-ready kalimba.
What's a kalimba?
I don't know, actually. He's got me there.
Let's see. I'm going to have like...
Magic Marmot says Battle Ready Kalimba was my dating name in college.
Wait, that was you?
Did you guys know each other?
Let's see. Like I have like a pouch pyramid scheme going on here. And then gosh, what else would there be? There needs to be like a belt, and then
Kate says there should be a thumb piano.
okay.
So does Magic Marmot. Magic Marmot agrees on the thumb piano. Oh wait, that's what a kalimba is. Oh right, that's that thing with the when you use your thumbs and it goes ding 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 ding. You know what I mean? It has the prong.
Yeah.
Now I know what it. Yeah, that's what a kalimba is.
Thank you for clarifying.
Boy, that was slow on my part.
It took me a second to.
Let's see. Pouches contain emotion. And then I think actually here. Rather than having a badly drawn pouch, we'll do this.
We should have a badly drawn boy.
What we'll do is we'll have hearts, and I'll do that. So you know that pouches equal health in the Liefeld universe. Pouches equal health.
And
Oh my
sometimes
gosh.
when they battle, they lose pouches, and then that's how they lose their emotions. So it'll be like they don't feel anger or love anymore for some reason, and that it's because you lost that pouch.
Gosh, man, no wonder it's not working. Okay, I gotta sign something in real quick. Will that log me in? I can't believe I have to do this on air. But my two-factor authentication, like I switched it over today. I'll have to do that later. That's why my robot voice isn't working. That's why I can't hear comments. Yeah, it would fall over.
Well, the case says that Scott would fall over laughing at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kay.
Yeah. Normally I can hear comments, so I'm missing stuff. I feel terrible.
I'll just read them.
But you have to do it in a robot voice.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can practice. Scott would fall over laughing at that. Piano.
You don't have to read them like a robot. That's okay.
Kate said it did. Kate's a guest.
Listen, I'm
real
the guest.
The guest.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Okay, now's the time Margic Marmot should say something absurd so I can say it in a robot voice.
Also, if you have any factual information to impart, like there's 10 minutes left or something, can you say, my circuits indicate, before you say it?
When I was a kid, like, not like a kid, but like around, I guess, like 11, 12, 13, around that age, Short Circuit. We all loved that movie, and the amount of times we ran around the house going, "Hey, Laser Lips, your mother was a snowflake." You're like number 5 alive.
Yeah, he's a great character.
He was really good, but I think culturally it's not an appropriate movie anymore because they had a white guy playing a South Asian guy.
not an ideal choice on the part of the creators of Short Circuit.
I'd forget my head if it wasn't stapled to the silicon. Good job, Magnus Carver. Although you probably don't hear a robot voice, you probably hear like an AI voice, so it probably tries to sound human, right? I'd forget my head if it wasn't stapled to this pelican.
Well, no, it's like a robot voice. It sounds like it sounds like
the robot in Radiohead song, Fitter, faster, stronger.
It sounds like a female version of Dr. Hawking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's a very kind of robot voice.
It's an alternate reality Stephen Hawking. That's so cool. It's Stephanie Hawking.
Yeah, there's a website called Speech Chat that I usually have plugged in to my site and stuff like that, but I had to change some settings in my Twitch to get it to not train AI, and it unplugged from everything today, and so including that.
Well, we all approve of you not training AI, so
yeah,
I have no problem dealing with those glitches.
Yeah, so it didn't exactly.
There's only one glitch I like to deal with.
All of us the same.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me give him his like maxed out Zot shirt, and then I think I'm gonna have him like continue wearing like a hulked out ripped shirt as he's like talking about.
I kind of did that. You can take a look at my version. I'm sure it doesn't have to match, but
okay. Well, it's all right. We're doing, different versions. It's okay.
Yeah, I just think
there's no model sheets. It's Philo.
If you want to attempt some continuity, I'm just pointing it out so you can. I don't mind if you do or don't.
I'm still here. There we go.
Let's see. There we go. I'm actually getting pretty good at drawing Scott McCloud.
Well, he certainly made it kind of easy. It's like a very simple face, right? Shorthand for him.
Yeah, but now he has like a massive chin.
Because does he?
Because he's Liefield
old. Oh, right. Sorry, my mistake. Like, what, he got old?
No. I didn't do because he's
No, he's a Liefeld guy. No, I get it now. I get it, but I was like, oh.
No, I didn't mean anything like that. No, he's just like, yeah. I gotta fix the caption.
Kay says,
on that page.
heart and yes, you are. By the way, I'm not really sure what yes, you are is in relation to. I don't remember, but that's what I've been doing lately is not remembering stuff.
Stoner. That's okay. I love
Oh,
you anyway.
yeah, actually, officially, no, you're totally right. But also, menopause doesn't help him.
Yeah, menopause never helps.
But yeah,
Never,
no, you're not wrong.
ever.
It's definitely Stoner's memory. No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what Ian and I always joke with each other when, we forget about something. We're always like, Stoner.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kate says that you are drawing Scott McCloud well. That's what yes, you are is in reference to.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, as I draw his ripped shirt. Yeah, and his
80 billion lines.
And his bulging biceps.
Bulging biceps. Say that 20 times fast.
Let's see. I did write him, and he said that he was working on a book right now, and he wasn't really doing interviews, so he's not going to be on the show. But he said it was good to hear from me, so I'm going to take that as having his blessing that it's okay to write him out.
I did mention you when I saw him last year.
Yeah. I don't know. He's an interesting fella, but yeah. I still know that he didn't have the best opinion of me growing up, but that's because I was the kid that was hanging out, wanting to hang out with the cool kids. He was one of the cool kids. So, but yeah, times change, you grow up. I'm still making comics. I think he appreciates that.
Yeah.
Harry Potter as a superhero, says Magic Marmot. That's what I think he says Scott McCloud probably looks like, is my guess. Because he kind of does look like a superhero.
He kind of does, yeah.
And has Harry Potter's glasses.
Yeah.
Not that Harry Potter has cornered the market on the John Lennon glasses.
Yeah, Scott McCloud had them first.
Yeah.
Before that sinister turf got her hands on them.
Sinister turf. Have you seen all the actors that are involved in the new TV show? It's a lot of people that disappoint me.
Yeah, it is disappointing. The guy who played Snape, I really liked in something, and
I'm disappointed in John Lithgow.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed in Simon Pegg. I'm disappointed in. There's a bunch like.
There's some where like older people. I'm like, maybe you truly.
I could lift up.
But if you're younger, I feel like you need the money more, but also you should know better.
Yeah, it's just I guess that money, that sweet Harry Potter money, is just so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That they don't really care how.
Well, it's the same with Woody Allen, right? Like everybody still stars in his movies. There's not a lot of people that say no to him.
They don't anymore, though. They did for a while, and then they realized it was a bad look, so they all stopped and apologized. At least most of them.
I don't know. And yet, at the same time, there's people like Jonah Hill that's such an asshole that people don't want to work with them, that he had to make his own production company so he could continue making movies because no one wanted to work with him.
Holy cow.
Right?
That's brutal.
Right. Yeah. Like, so there's people like that like.
Well, how do they feel about his sister?
Well, they like to work with her, and she didn't change her name either. She
didn't change her name.
Here's something about Jonah Hill being a jerk, right? So he changes his name. A Jewish reporter writing for a Jewish magazine asks him why he changed his name, which he asks a lot of Jewish actors that have changed their name, including Natalie Portman and others. Why did you change your name? And Jonah Hill blew up at him and kicked him out of the interview.
Jeez.
Right? Rather than just saying, yeah, I did it for, for job reasons and professional reasons or whatever, and just answer the question, he kicked him out of the interview. That's what a jerk he is. Right? And the guy's just asking a simple question.
I was I don't know why it came up, but it literally some pundit on the reels was there talking about what a jerk Jonah Hill was, and she was saying that when they were doing Superbad, he was so threatened by Christopher McCloud, a high school student, that he bullied him relentlessly on the set.
Yeah,
kind of brutal.
Yeah, in fact, in the audition, apparently he was really, really funny, playing off of Jonah Hill in the audition. And Jonah Hill, who, by the way, has a lot of power because of who his dad is in Hollywood. His dad is a production manager, right?
Who?
And
Christopher Mintz-Plasse?
No.
No, Jonah Hill's dad is the accountant for Guns N' Roses.
Well, but
his mother is a costume designer.
Because of who Jonah Hill's dad is, and because of who his mom is, he's got a lot of power in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm just saying that's not what his dad does. What you were saying.
I knew he was in like management.
Yeah, he's the Nepo baby, essentially.
Yeah. But yeah, he his first role that he ever had in a movie was a SAG role, which is really hard to get, by the way. And it was in a Dustin Hoffman movie because he was he was dating his daughter at the time. And he's like, "Can I be in your movie?" Yeah.
No, he wouldn't have been the first person to do that. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know, but like there's a movie starring oh gosh, what's his name? The Interview. James Franco, thank you. There's a movie starring James Franco called Anyone But Him, about like a rich family going on vacation with the boyfriend of the girlfriend. And that concept has Jonah Hill as one of the producers of it, because it's based on a conversation that he was having with somebody about going on vacation with Dustin Hoffman and his daughter, and like in their family, and thinking that Dustin Hoffman really hated him and he wasn't really looking forward to the vacation, and this guy thought it was a hilarious concept and wrote this movie, sold it, put James Franco in it. Yeah. And so there's a lot of stuff about James Franco. It's I know too much about people I shouldn't know. Let's see.
I used to know people in Berkeley who knew his family because they all like are in the Francos are all like in the arts in Berkeley in various ways. Like one of them was an art gallery, and they were so starstruck by the Francos. And I'm curious. This was like 10 years ago. I wonder how they feel about that now.
Well, James Franco had a lot of reports against him of sexual allegation. A lot of reports before they poured out, right? And they just kept stuffing them under. They just. Oh, yeah, you can't have your cash cows getting in trouble for doing the things that they're doing. It's kind of like Jared Leto now, right?
Yeah, that's like the one conspiracy theory I fully believe is like Jared Leto's got to have some dirt on someone powerful because no one likes him and he's in so many things.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a Jared Leto fan? They don't exist.
They're apparently out there because he has a band.
Yeah, I know the band has fans, I guess. I also never met one of them, but I believe they exist. I don't think anyone likes his acting.
He has, except for
Are-
a Skeletor. He is a pretty funny Skeletor. I will
heard
say
he
that.
was a good Skeletor.
And he died very well in American Psycho.
You mean Psycho? Sorry.
Yeah, American Psycho. You know, he dies very well in American Psycho.
He gets the shit beat out of him in Fight Club.
Yes. In Fight Club, he gets the shit beaten out of him, and then Requiem for a Dream, he actually delivers a really good performance. I think. Okay. But
sounds
it's
like you're in on the conspiracy to me.
No.
They've got into you too.
No, his method acting is what bothers me. There was a female actress, and I don't remember who it was, but said that female actresses basically can't method act because we got shit to do. Mm-hmm. And you know, it like we can't afford to go crazy on set like that because we're basically like getting stuff done, working.
Do you remember the Sean Young Catwoman thing?
Sean Young Catwoman.
He wanted to be Catwoman, and she tried to lobby for it, but then she kind of got lambasted and called crazy, and it eventually went to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, they said she was crazy because she like showed up on the studio lot dressed as Catwoman and just like strutted around as Catwoman. They're like, oh, that's proof she's lost it, but like that's just kind of like if they cast her, that would be like cool trivia. You know, it's not like she was stalking someone or something. She just wore a superhero outfit to be in a superhero movie. But it's a woman doing it, so she's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but the crazy girl trope has always been told.
It was Anna Taylor-Joy who said that line, because I've heard that line recently about method acting, and they can't because they have a life and a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I knew it was an actress, I just didn't know who. But...
Yeah, no, I'm just finishing your thought.
Thank you.
I feel like women could do real method acting, but not like the stupid Jared Leto kind where you're mailing people condoms. Because that's not what method acting actually is. It's just what like douche bro actors think it is.
Mm. Yeah. No, like I would probably have to say probably one of the best quote unquote method acting performances I've ever seen is Charlie Sheen in Apocalypse Now, when he's drunk in the room, like beating up the room, and he cuts his hand and stuff like that, because he was really trashed when they filmed that scene. So he was method acting. Right. Another shot that's kind of like that, a very similar story, is in Lawrence of Arabia. There's a scene where they're running, or they're on running camels, and the camels are at full gallop, and the camera was in a truck with the cameraman, you know, on the back of the truck with the camera on the actors on camera on camels. There's no wires or anything, right? It's the actors on camels. And Peter O'Toole and I don't remember who the other actors are in the scene, were so scared to be riding on real camels, you know, at full gallop for this shot, they got plastered for the scene. Mm-hmm. And so there's this one shot where they're at full gallop and they are just shit-faced for the whole thing. Because the actors were scared to do this, you know, they considered it a stunt. The director didn't. He's like, oh, come on, they're just camels. They're practically like horses. and you know, they're like, oh, they're not horses though. You know, there's a lot of stories like that where the actors have kind of taken liquid courage to encourage them to finish the scene.
Your theory of method acting is it's all about being drunk.
I think that there's been a lot of alcohol used in movies to help lubricate things. Mm-hmm. Another example I can think of is Back to the Future, and this one's caught on camera. is there's a great outtake of when Marty and his mom are in the car, and she's like, sneaking alcohol and gives him the thing to give it a swig. Anyway, he takes a swig and they put real alcohol instead of tea in the bottle, and he spits it out, right? Well, they did that because they had been doing 16-hour shoots after he's been doing Family Ties for like a 5 or 6 hour day prior, right? And he'd been doing shoots like this for like 3 or 4 months. And this was one of the last shots that they were doing, and so they were just pulling a practical joke on him. But if you look at the rest of that shot, he takes a pretty good swig after that, right? Because it's like, okay, I'm here, I'm going to take a swig, like let's just keep going.
Well, yeah, that's also one of the bad method acting stories I heard was from Tom Wilson about Eric Stoltz before they cast Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
And that one of the first bullying scenes with Biff, he like pushed him, and he pushed Eric Stoltz very gently, like in a theatrical way. And Eric Stoltz like actually pushed him back and kind of hurt him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we're making a movie, buddy. We're coworkers at work. Don't fucking actually push me.
And Wilson is actually one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's actually a sweetheart. He's like a teddy bear. And when I worked with him at O Entertainment on the Thumb movies, he did voices for us. And so and it was awesome because like he was working on SpongeBob at the same time, and I didn't know it. And I found out years later watching it with my daughter, and I'm like, hey, wait a second, I know that voice.
Cool.
Yeah. I also found out Clancy Brown is Mr. Krabs. Holy crap! What range? Range?
Get you
wow!
Both.
Like, he is such a great villain, right? With gravitas in his voice, he's always, I'm Clancy Brown, right? But then, to think that he's in the sound booth going, me customers.
Yeah. I watched an interview or listened to an interview on Fresh Air with him, and it was so funny. So they were like, "Tell us about Highlander. Tell us about Carnival. Tell us about SpongeBob." I'm like, "Yeah, it's different."
Hey, so I just want to tell you what people have been saying. Kay was commenting on how we were talking about Jonah Hill changing his name, and she said, a lot of people just change their name from a Judaic one to be taken as you assimilated. And then Magic Marmot says Nepo wafers. And then Kay continues her thought and says, when the truth is he needed a simple last name, something easy to remember. And then Kay goes, Nepo wafers still taste like chalk. And then Magic Marmot goes, can't have your cash cow and eat it too. And then Kay goes, and Margaret, Tommy, the bean scene. She was promoting the movie on the Mike Douglas show and showed that clip. She was so proud of it. For good reason. Mike Douglas was noticeably pale. And that's all our comments.
Yes. Okay, so more lines scientifically make any drawing more awesome. And then I did pouch theory. Pouches contain emotion.
Do you think mine needs a caption?
They all need captions.
You can say that Scott McCloud continues to pontificate.
Yes. Or the theory continues. Or something.
There you go. The theory continues.
The theory continues. So what happens in panel 3? Do we continue even more theory? What happens in panel 3?
Marvin and Kay, you gotta help us out.
Help me! Helps me! I'm trying to think, look, we did lines, we did pouches, guns. So there's guns and sexy women. Oh, anatomy. Do you want to take anatomy or do you want me to take anatomy?
I guess I'll do it. You can do the guns. Okay.
I can do the guns, you can do anatomy. So I think anatomy would be like what? Like women have 3 spines?
Tits and ass, right?
Yeah, women are a spine with an ass and tits. This is the anatomy of a woman. I'm sorry. I'm back now. Okay.
Can you remind me what time we go to?
We go until 8:30. So you got one more hour with me, and then I let you go. Okay. Let's see. So, gun theory. More guns, the better. But that's kind of the same as lines.
They gotta be bigger and have lots of bits on them, right?
Yeah. The feet. I could do you obscured.
we lost your audio for a minute there.
Yeah, I thought that was me. Okay, good.
Okay. No, it's me. The feet must always be obscured. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm stuck on guns. I don't know what to do with guns.
I think maybe we gotta look at some Rob Liefeld art.
Oh gosh. I'm looking at it. Gosh. There's bandoliers.
Yeah.
Guns. Muscles.
Hey, where are you going to eat?
I don't want to say like the anatomy of something, but how to build a character.
Well, aren't you doing the guns, right?
Yeah. More. Yes. Guns must be big and bittier.
With lots of spots for ammunition.
Yeah. Guns must be bittier. All right.
Google AI helpfully told me it's not tits and ass pose, it's butts and boob pose.
Oh, sure. Sure it is, Google AI.
Gotta keep it PG-13, I guess.
Sure it is, Google AI. Yeah, I take that accuracy. Let's see, Rob Liefeld art gun. Oh my gosh. Some of these guns. What is this supposed to be? Like, does it launch like bullets? Is it supposed to launch like grenades?
What if it's like a laser full of grenades?
Maybe they're laser grenades.
Yeah, the laser should be full of grenades that are also shooting lasers.
Yeah. Jeez. It's funny because like I've learned how to draw properly, right? I've gone to art school and like now I know to look up reference and okay, let's like find perspective points, everything like that. And then I'm drawing Liefeld guns tonight and I feel like I'm like 13, just making it up as I'm going along.
You had pretty good like Image Comics vibes in your day, I feel like.
Well, I mean, that's because that's what I read,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when I was at MCAT, I was like the only one there that read Image Comics. Like, I was the only one there that read, like those kinds of comics. Everybody else there read like like art comics and like like everybody there had already read Strangers in Paradise. And knew all the stories and everything and like, oh, this is my favorite issue. And I'm like, I have never even picked up an issue because the comic book stores in my area only had like Image and Marvel and DC and didn't have independent comics. So I did not know that this existed. This looks wonderful.
I have to bail for like 2 minutes. What I'm doing is switching my phone.
Okay.
To the one that's not going to get overheated.
All right. I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. So
we should put on ape costumes while she's gone and convince her that she's returned to the planet of apes.
I have to go grab my head then. My head of Dr. Zaius. You've seen my head of Dr. Zaius.
I don't think I have. Is he New John Chambers or something? Is it related to that?
It's actually made by John Chambers, yes.
That's pretty cool.
He was a friend of my father's and gave it to him before he died. And then when my dad passed away, he gave it to me. So I own the head of Dr. Zaius. The only person who's shown any interest in it was the Motion Picture History Museum, but they wanted me to donate it. And that sounds like part of me wanted to donate it so that everybody could see it, but another part of me is like, I kind of want to be compensated for it too, because it is a one-of-a-kind item. It's not like they don't have the money.
You could write it off on your taxes, though.
Yeah, but when you write something off on your taxes, that's just money that you're going to spend. I don't make enough money to have to worry about tax write-offs. Right?
I think you maybe should. Like, I have an accountant that specializes in freelancers, and I don't make very much money, but there's always things to write off. And if you donated something that was worth thousands of dollars, it would help you on your taxes a lot.
Oh, I know. It would help on my taxes a lot. Yeah. But I don't know, like, I want to, like, visit it.
Yeah,
and,
I gotcha.
It'd be all the way in LA and, like, but then people would be able to see it. And then, like, it would be on display for everybody. And that's what museums are for, right?
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, I feel like, I don't know, if I were you, I'd be worried about being able to preserve it, like taking care of it, because I know that kind of thing. It's
foam rubber, and it's in fantastic condition for its age. And I definitely want to like keep it preserved. But yeah, it's like one of my most prized items.
Yeah.
That I own.
Well, I would love to see it sometime. Oh
yeah, absolutely. I have pictures of it that I already took. See, I have a whole folder. Dr. Zaius head.
Hi, Tangent.
Here. This is the head.
Oh dang, yeah, that looks great. Can you text me one of these pictures? I'd love to show it to my stepdad because he's a huge Ape's head.
Oh yeah. Like I said, so this was the head that John Chambers made to sell the producers on the ape makeup. And this is over a sculpt of Edward G. Robinson's face.
Right.
And so he was originally supposed to play Zaius, and then he got recast.
I've seen that footage.
Yeah, so this is over a sculpt of his face.
Cool.
And so this was to show them what the makeup would look like, and then to show them that it wouldn't just be, guys in gorilla masks.
Yeah.
And that's it, kind of fluffed up. And then this is to show what the interior looks like, which is foam rubber. And then that's the nose of Jimmy Durante, if you know who Jimmy Durante is.
Weird.
Yeah, so I have a cast of Jimmy Durante's notes.
Huh. What
Too.
was that for?
John Chambers knew him, took a cast of Jimmy Durante's notes, and it ended up in my stuff because, you know, it ended up in my stuff. So I have a cast of Jimmy Durante's nose. It's a great nose. I mean, look at it. It's got a lot of character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's that. But I realize Robin hasn't come back yet. Okay. I didn't want to leave her hanging if she had come back. So, but yeah, that Edward G. Robinson, I don't know why he left the production, but
I heard that he just said the makeup's a bitch and quit.
I could imagine. I mean, look at it. Let's see. I'm just gonna do like it should have like a keychain on it, right?
Should say eat a Joe somewhere.
No. I think it's gonna have like a little Pikachu keychain, and then yeah, little stickers on it. I'll give it a bang flag. Bang. There we go. I'm laughing at my gun.
It's good.
It's making me laugh. I mean, if you can't laugh at life, what can you laugh at, right?
That's true.
Oh, you're doing Scott with the anatomy. I thought you would. I thought you'd be drawing like an impossible woman.
I think he's boldly showing off what he's got.
Well, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Exactly. That's my life philosophy.
It did win Mel Brooks the EGOT, so why not?
Yeah. I would say, and I often say, that I am the Mel Brooks of drawing Scott McCloud's ass.
You often say that.
I often say that. People say it about me, too.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to cry when we lose that man.
Yeah. Yeah, he took it for a while. He seems like he's doing well.
He's he hit 100.
Oh, I thought you meant Scott McCloud. I think he's not that old. Yeah, no, Mel Brooks, that will be a tragedy. I'm glad that he's still working, though. It's very inspiring.
Yeah, it was Spaceballs 2. The Search for More Money, but no, that's not the name of it. It should be, though.
I think it's just called the second one, right?
Yeah, it's just called the second one, but in the original Spaceballs, right, he was saying that it's The Search for More Money, which I would have named it that, but
yeah, I think they should have, but you
yeah.
gotta trust their comedic instincts, I suppose.
There's Robin. Okay. Boop. There she is. Hi.
Back again.
Yeah.
Now my phone won't explode.
Good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is it though? It's like one of those guns that you draw when you're 12.
Well, there's still an art to drawing a ridiculous gun.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just beaten up on my own art. I'm just like, oh no, what am I doing? Why am I doing that? And I keep losing Robin. There you are.
Sorry, I had to turn off the Wi-Fi and go back to data. My mistake.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. No, I'm just beating up on myself. Yes.
Anatomy. Nice bone. Where are you from?
Thanks.
Yeah. I love the fact that he has Scott being the one that's showing off the anatomy.
Might as well. Equal opportunity, sexism, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Yowie kind of proves that there's a market for like sexy gay boy comics. So I'm sure there's a market for like
Sexy Reddite comic icon comics.
I was just gonna say like sexy cartoonist comics, but I don't know where I was going with that.
Sexy cartoonist is redundant.
Yeah. Who was it that did the famous comic of out of my way, a cartoonist is coming through and he's like surrounded by girls and
It's Cliven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, I saw that referenced on Mystery Treehouse on YouTube the other day, and I was like, oh, he actually knows that reference. I know that reference. I know what he's referring to. I feel cool for a second.
I feel like Captain America.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I never know what people are talking about. I'm always like if you ask me about something like really obscure, there chances are I'll know something about it, but like I don't know. There's sometimes when Robin's talking with the guests on the show about like different comics and stuff, and I'm like, I should really know these names and be writing them down of who they're talking about, because this stuff sounds cool, but I don't know who they're talking about. And because like Robin knows everybody in comics.
That's not true. I'm actually really behind on a lot of stuff. Not as obsessive as I was in my 20s, that's for sure.
It helped me a lot, and I still, certainly don't know everything, but do you know the app Hoopla?
Yeah.
Like just reading, like they have so many comics on there that you can read for free. And so it got me reading like, manga I wouldn't have read otherwise, or kids comics I wouldn't have read otherwise. Just learned a lot from poking around on Hoopla.
Yeah, I downloaded Libby this week, so I could start reading more. And Ian's like, "You're buying too many books. You need to start. You need to start using the library again." It's like, yes, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I've been doing a lot of research lately, and so I get in this habit of like buying books, and then I'll read little bits, and that gets me inspired to like want to learn more about a subject, and so then I buy another book on that subject, and then I start reading about that like while I'm still in the middle of the other book, and then the next thing you know, I have like 10 books that I'm in the middle of.
Yeah, I do that too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
But I kind of love, my partner's a librarian, so she sees my Libby and gets like stressed out looking at it, because I'm just like, I just got like, I was thinking about Darwin Cook, so I got all of Darwin Cook's books.
Yeah, because to her, I imagine being a librarian, she's somewhat of a completionist when it comes to her book list.
But I think there's also a factor that there are various ways it costs the library money or like affects them when you do more checkouts. And on principle, they don't want to tell patrons that because they won't want people to feel constrained. But in practice, you're like, oh, you're sure taking a lot from them. Well, that's what they're there for.
I know that they're only allowed X amount of licenses a year, digital and X amount of digital licenses. And so if you have it sitting in your Libby cart and you're not reading it, that means somebody else who wants to read it can't get it.
I don't think it's by the book. I think it's the cost per book. Oh, no, that's not true for Libby. Sorry. For Hoopla, that's true. Like, Hoopla, everything's always available.
Yeah. But
you only can get a certain number. Whereas with Libby, you can... If you return them, there's no limit to how many you can do. Anyway, folks watching, see what your local library has.
Libraries are awesome.
I think people talk about the library like going to the dentist sometimes. Like I know I'm supposed to like it or like it's good or whatever, but it's not actually like relevant to my life or like it is though.
I consider libraries like community centers because there's so much more there than books, right? There's quiet rooms that you can study. There's people using the computer. There's like usually an activities list there for things like, story times and, teenager events and, even just clubs and stuff that the library puts together for like, hey, we want to make zines, and in Aurora, Colorado, I lived close enough to the library that I could like walk there. And so there was a little zine club there and in the afternoons and stuff. And so I was like, okay, when Annabelle was at school and Ian was working, I would walk there and I was like, okay, I'll just kind of like go and sit in the back and do zines, right? And the girl that was teaching the class, like, she made those like beautiful zines, where she made like little books, where she used like all the paper boning tools and and like she made beautiful zines. Like she wasn't like photocopy, we're gonna do that, like for her personal stuff. For the class, she was teaching, let's do photocopy, like just throw something down, let's just make zines, just to get kids active and stuff. And, I'm in the back, like looking at her books, like asking about like, well, what threading did you use to stitch this? And so we ended up like just kind of talking comics and it was cool. You don't, even though it was like, there was more kids there, it said it was all ages. Like, I didn't like teach the class. I just kind of showed up to it and then like would like show off my zines.
Yeah.
But like the other kids and stuff would be like, man, how do you do this? And there'd be times when, she was busy showing someone and I'm like, okay, I can show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Because
maybe you should do a class.
I taught animation and Disney style cartooning.
Yeah.
And I taught still life drawing. Gosh, what else did I teach?
Yeah, I remember you've done all kinds of classes. Maybe you should do something at the library.
Oh yeah. Well, I just moved here to Memphis, and I've been trying to kind of like get an in, but it's weird. There's like a wall. You have to know someone. And I don't know anyone here.
You're not Jonah Hill.
I'm not Jonah Hill. No. I'm not Jonah Hill. I'm not. I think I'd cry if I was. If I woke up one day and I was suddenly Jonah Hill.
Yeah, think of all the projects you could get produced. Or not, I guess.
No, because no one wants to work with him. He
Yeah,
found the
because
money. It was in the basement. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. That is guns must be big and bittier. Let's see. I don't know what else to add to the guns.
I think.
What else?
I
What else is bit?
don't think there's more to add. I think you nailed it.
It needs a strap.
It needs pouches.
Does the gun need pouches?
I think the gun needs pouches.
The gun might need pouches. But where would I put the pouch?
The handle.
That's... This is like, this test they supposedly do when you're like getting a job at Google, and like the solution is like to throw the desk out the window or something. I think this is like that. Like, where do I put the pouch? Like, that's how you get the job at Image Comics in 1993. You got to figure out where to put the pouch.
Wait, the answer is to throw the desk out the window? What are you talking about? What?
I have never worked in tech, so I don't know if I'm saying this right. But my understanding is that at least, 15 years ago or whatever, you would have like, if you were like doing a job interview at Google, there would be some puzzle where you go into the room, they're like, your job is to do this. And it was like almost like an escape room, like where you think it's something on the paper or on the laptop, but actually the solution is you just stand up a chair and break the window, or like something really like, whoa, you think outside the box, you're perfect to work here.
Uh-huh. We'll have a little hanging pouch. A little hanging pouch. It's a little portable hanging pouch. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I know what I could do. I know what I could do. Oof, that did not work. That did not work at all.
Rats.
Okay, we're gonna do this old style.
That's a massive elephant.
There we go. Ah, no! There we go. Okay. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Almost. But I am going to black this in a little bit. Okay. Wait. Ha! Now I got action lines.
Heck yeah.
I'm sorry I'm taking so long on my panel.
That's all right.
Go, action lines, go.
Yeah. Now I got action lines. Okay. So, okay. You have done panel 4. That means I'm on panel 5 and you're on panel 6.
Okay.
Okay. Panel 5. All right. what other principles of Liefeld comic making?
Yeah, I think we got to crowdsource here.
Wait. Own your characters.
I guess that's true. That's the good of that crew.
Yeah, I mean, own your characters, right? And maybe him sitting. Yeah, I'll take that one for panel 5. I'm gonna have him sitting on a big pile of money.
Be on TV.
Be on TV. Is that yours?
Well, he used to be a hardcore TV hustler. Remember, he did that commercial with Spike Lee, and he'd show up on other people's talk shows.
Oh.
Well, I mean, Jim Lee did that too, though, and so did Jim Valentino. Like all of the Image guys, kind of shilled.
I never saw them on mainstream TV in Canada. Sorry. I just saw Rob Liefeld.
Is he Canadian?
No, Todd McFarlane is.
That's funny.
Todd McFarlane's good old Scurry boy from BC.
Let's see. So what would another one be besides own your characters then?
Yeah, I think we gotta get some ideas from Tangent. You got any ideas for us? Magic Marmot.
Anybody lurking?
I don't know.
Something with Deadpool.
Well, I was going to draw Deadpool as a cash cow, and cash just kind of coming out.
But he doesn't own Deadpool, right?
Yeah, he. Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes. You didn't know that? Yeah, he when he signed his contract with Marvel way back in the 90s, right? He signed his contract and said that anything that he created for his comics, he owns.
Okay. Wow.
He owns Cable. He owns Deadpool. He owns like Boomer and like Shatterstar and Cannonball and a bunch of other characters, right? But Deadpool's the cash cow.
Yeah.
And so Marvel wanted to like kind of kill the character after he left, and they had Loki break his brain by telling him, "Hey, you're in a comic book." And he became a comedic character, and then he became the Merc with a mouth. And all it did was make him more popular, so it backfired. Yeah. So I'm gonna draw Deadpool as a cash cow here.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking of anything else. There's like crazy panel layouts a lot of the time, right?
Maybe it's the wrap up. Maybe it's like all these things combined. But do you remember? Maybe we should talk about the swiping. Like always swipe.
Swiping? Oh, like stealing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when like he would swipe panels and stuff.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I it's just an idea.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a cash cow. I'm drawing a Deadpool cash cow.
He's out there somewhere. Because in the last movie, there was like 80 billion different Deadpools, and I'm sure one of them would be a cash cow.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll have Scott writing on top. Own your characters. can do that. Okay. That'll give me something to do. I can do that in 15 minutes.
Is the cash cow pooping cash?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
The cash cow is pooping cash.
No, Kane. That's actually more accurately moo, not mow. Get it? Moo.
Ha ha.
Yes. The cash cow is pooping cash. So I
Yeah,
imagine
Yeah.
that's
Part of
what
the course for a Deadpool comic, I would say. Yeah.
Don't forget he used to be serious. He was a serious character.
Did Rob Liefeld do any of the comics where he was funny, or did that all come after?
That all came after. Yeah, that all came after. I think that after Deadpool became really big and before the big movie, the first movie came out and stuff, I think Liefeld did end up doing a Deadpool comic for Marvel, but I think it was like a special tie-in like thing. But like he also tried to do Captain America and never finished those pages, and then tried to resell those pages as his own original story.
That's kind of slimy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna cheat a big company, I feel like that's not the worst thing. But
Yeah, okay, so Captain America has an A up here, right, for America. But Liefeld drew an eagle up there. And he said that it was a completely different character because it was an eagle instead of an A.
yeah, that's pretty questionable.
But really what it was his pages that Marvel paid him to do that he never finished by deadline. And so they canceled the project. And then he tried to put out the book with those pages as a completely new, unique character that no one's ever seen before. Yeah, Marvel sued him.
Yeah,
And this was before. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I could see why. Like, I would say they're wrong to sue him, but I also don't blame him for doing that. Like, they weren't going to be used otherwise.
At the same time, though, so they're not going to be used, right? But you were paid by a company to draw those pages, right, of their character. If you're not going to use them, then put them in a sketchbook.
I guess.
Right? And then you say these are unpublished pages that, for a project that was never finished, and I dropped the ball. I never finished it, right? But instead he tried to sell it as like, no, this was my plan the whole time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not a Liefeld stan. But also,
No.
if you're gonna screw over somebody or try to screw over somebody,
Yeah.
and I'm also not feeling too bad for Marvel.
Well, again, this was before Disney owned Marvel. So this was when Marvel was kind of struggling.
Yeah, but they've been screwing over creators for years.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wrote a fan letter to True Grit Texture Supply thanking them for having Aqua Studio out for Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah, I was very excited about that.
And I was like, thank you for doing this. I had written them a letter when they first had Aqua Studio out, basically asking them when it was going to be out, and they gave me an accurate timetable. And so I was thanking them for the accurate timetable and basically saying, hey, like, it's what the Buddhists call invisible work. You only notice it when it hasn't been done. And I noticed it, and thank you. And, you guys are doing awesome. So keep doing awesome.
Yeah.
and they wrote a very nice letter back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple very similar Procreate watercolor packs that I really like, but I do prefer to make comics in Clip Studio. And they're the only one company that sells those Procreate packs that bother to make one for Clip Studio.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I told them, is that, they're the only brush company that makes stuff for Clip Studio, and that's why I recommend them for people.
I think they're real like Pepsi and Coke of those things is Retro Supply and True Grit, and Retro Supply has many of their brushes for Clip Studio, but not all of them. And I feel like in Procreate, I actually prefer a lot of their brushes to True Grit, but their porting them to Clip Studio has been less reliable in my experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten into Retro Supplies because, again, the packs I would get, they're all Procreate.
They have Clip ones too.
I know, but the packs I would get are all Procreate, right? They haven't made those packs, Clip Studio packs yet.
I see. One of my students showed me a resource that like blew my mind, because they're free brushes that are really good. And like straight up, when a student started telling me about brushes and they're like, oh, these free ones are good, I was really like, I just straight up didn't believe them. I was like, great, sure, I guess share with your peers. And then they sent the link and I started doubting them. I was like, oh dang, I should not have doubted my student. What they're talking about, but now I gotta remember the name of it.
My Clip Studio is so custom, I couldn't even tell you where most of my brushes come from. Like the way that I set them up, and a lot of my brushes come from I think it's Japanese that they're originally like made in, and so like I don't know what the original name of the brush is, and so when I'm trying it out, I just rename it what it feels like. And so I've reordered my brushes based on what they feel like, not necessarily what they were labeled and named and what they were supposed to be. So I have like chalk brushes in my paint, and I have watercolor in my my ink brush, and a bunch of stuff quote unquote mixed up.
Yeah.
But again, I go off of feel, because when I'm looking for that feeling of a brush, I'll go into that bucket.
This site that my student recommended is called Halftone Hospital.
Halftone Hospital.
Yeah, they have brushes for Clip and Procreate and Photoshop.
Let me write it down.
It's like a limited selection, but they're all like made by cartoonists for like specific, very, like they're really like specifically helpful to cartoonists.
Okay.
And they're all pay what you can. So
awesome.
Cool.
I wrote it down. Thank you. Yeah, do you know Phil Tomato, the artist?
I don't think so.
He's like a partner on Twitch and stuff. But he's a artist online that is out of the Philippines, and you've probably seen his work without noting that you've seen his work. He does a lot of like the Saturday morning characters in like sexy poses and stuff like that, or he'll do like Sailor Moon covered in tattoos and that kind of art, right? So it's fan art, but it's like really good fan art.
Yeah.
Anyway, his Discord has a like share your brushes, share your resources, like sub Discord or whatever you say. On his Discord, it has like a little section for that. for sharing resource packs and stuff like that. And so I'll go in there and people will share all kinds of things that are so cool. So I found stuff from all over the internet that I can't tell you where I got it from because it's just these random links.
Right.
Of like, hey, yeah, this brush pack's only available for a month because the guy's trying to get you to buy his brush packs, you know, and stuff like that. And I'll like go and download the brush.
Cool.
Yeah. Again, I took time sorting all my brushes in Clip Studio Paint and putting them all in like the right section. Like I even have a janky line bucket, you know, for when I want janky lines. And I named it my janky line bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have enough time to draw another panel in 7 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think I'm just going to add to this, this pile of cash, right? Because that's a cash cow, right? That looks like a cash cow.
Yeah, I think you're selling cash cow. It's giving cash cow, as the kids say.
Yeah. Right. Well, maybe I should give it an udder.
Yeah, you don't think it's a cash bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want people to think I have a cash bowl here. Yeah, that the milk from that doesn't taste as nice.
Well, that's your opinion.
I didn't know that about you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this panel is not my finest work, but I'm having fun with it.
It's okay. Philo is not people's. I appreciate you guiding me to sample brushes, says Kate. Hopefully going to the Bob Baker Marionette celebration next month. Oh, ooh, Bob Baker.
I've been, cause I live a couple hours north of LA, so every time I go down there, I'm like, oh, Bob Baker, I should go to that. So
yeah, that's my friend. That's my friend Tarek. Just stopping by
Tarek.
to say hi, Glitch. Hi, Glitch. Oh yeah, I haven't seen Tarek in a while. What? Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, you can relax.
Yeah, I don't want to overdo it. I think that's I think I've sold the concept of a cash cow.
I think, like George Bush, you could say mission accomplished.
Just like him. Oh, really? Just like him?
Yeah.
For all the same reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because everything's going wonderfully these days. Yeah. I'm trying to, I want it to look like Deadpool, but I don't want it to look like Deadpool.
I think it looks the correct amount like Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like when the Image founders got together, Rob did bring to the table the business model of the creators should own the comics, and then we should really just be a publisher and a distributor and take a piece of it, because if it's a huge success, we'll win. If it's not, we won't lose as bad, and we won't have to like pump money into books that aren't doing well, because the creators are going to be the ones taking the brunt of like advertising and pushing sales and everything like that. And so he created that model that now you see everywhere with Boom Studios and Oni and like the models everywhere. I mean, for crying out loud, the book that you're trying to pitch right now is the same model. you will creatively own it.
Yeah, I mean it depends on where it ends up, I suppose. But really, a lot of whatever we want to say about those Image guys, and then they did some questionable things also, but they were
Oh yeah.
Actually a lot of those publishers, and I'm not gonna name them in this context, but essentially work as IP farms.
Yeah.
Their idea is they're not going to spend very much money on your book, but they'll put it out and then they'll try to sell it in Hollywood so they can make money off of selling your book to Hollywood.
Yeah, that's exactly what Keenspot did with Captain T when they signed the contract.
Really?
That's exactly what they told me they were doing. And so it's like, well, at least I'll have the 8 issues published of the comic, even if it never sells to Hollywood or whatever. But that's fine.
When was that?
Too long ago. I gotta finish Captain T. I gotta finish it. I had to put it on hold because life got in the way. I at the time I had a 2-year-old. Now she's 5. So it's I have 1 issue done of an 8-issue series. So it's gonna be me, and then who is it? Dave Gibbons did The Rocketeer, and it took him forever to finish. Dave Stevens, thank you. It took him forever to finish those issues, and he never finished them. He never finished the story because he died. Yeah, that's going to be me and Captain T.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Die doing what you love.
Will Eisner died at his art table. That's going to be me someday.
Yeah.
Dying at my art table. I'm just, yeah, that's going to be me someday. But that's okay, because then my artwork will tick up in value by $1.
Like $1, $1.
Yes, by $1 whole. And then people would be like, "Really? Wow, she lived and now she's dead. This is worth $1." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so what is your caption?
I think something like he explains the virtues of swiping, something like that.
Still. Oh, wait, no. What is that quote from Picasso? Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Yeah. Okay. I
think that's it.
Right, I guess that's
good artists copy, great artists steal.
Okay.
Bad artists copy, good artists steal. Yeah. Bad artists copy, good artists steal. And so that's his but there's different versions of it because he said it in Spanish, and so it depends on how you translate it.
Right.
It's basically good artists copy, great artists steal. Or good artists borrow, great artists steal. Yeah. I'm sure I can put like one more coin on the floor to sell that those are coins.
Literally gilding the lily.
Yeah, I guess I can stack some of the coins. I'm putting a lot of effort into this cash cow. A lot of effort into the cash cow. I mean, if you put effort into the cash cow, the cash cow pays back, right?
Sure. That's what they say, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think I'm done too with the excrement there.
Beautiful.
Yay,
Gotta
money.
give me one of these.
Yes. I like yours though.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is that any particular artist at the
No,
table?
I just thought it would be presumably a woman, just because women often get screwed in the industry. But
It looks like Rachel Dukes.
it kind of does. That was not my intention, but if anyone wants to check out Rachel Dukes' comics, they're very good.
Oh, Kay says your lettering skill. You made it all fit in pen.
Yeah, I like when I'm doing long comics, I don't usually hand letter just because of the time, but I kind of like always wish I could. So like a little thing like this, it's a fun opportunity.
Yeah, I realized that hand lettering's really bad for me to do because of my dyslexia. I skip letters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're there, and then later on I look at them and I'm like, that is not the word that I thought I wrote. And yeah.
Well, that used to be such a thing in indie comics that there was just always misspellings because it was hand lettered, is too much work to fix, and it's like that was almost like a cherished trope that we no longer have.
Yeah.
Before we go, I think we need to show everybody our matching shirts.
Our matching shirts. Yeah,
We both have
Junji Ito
cat shirts.
Junji Ito cat
Nice.
shirts. Yeah.
Very cool. That's very cool.
So fun.
Also, before we go, I want to show everybody my filler image that I'm working on.
Yeah, you should just stop sharing mine so you can make yours real big.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is a cast image that I'm working on for the book, and I still have to color in the kaiju in the back there. They're not done yet, obviously. I finished shading in the majority of the cast today, and there's still some touch-ups I need to do on it, but it's fun. It's I want people to want to look at it and see what's going on. And so you can see, like, if I zoom in, like, there's the puppet. I got multiple versions of some of the characters in here. Like, I got the dog up here. Like, here's the dog. And then over here is the skeleton dog. And then here's Sally Turtle Raphael. And then, here's a Dalek. I got Spy versus Spy guys. Like,
Nice.
yeah, there's a ton going on here. So I've been working on this like all week, and hopefully the effort shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, compared to what I usually do on Philo, like it's like, oh yeah, that's right, she can draw. Versus
Philo drawings are always very impressive too.
Oh no! Versus the slop I do on Philo. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night there, and then thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you guys in the future. Have a good one. Bye.